and proceeds to take off her clothes in the church. I said, oh gosh. Right from here, I knew this is gonna be one of those movies. Ratchet, half cooked. Okay, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is at it again. He used to do really good movies. It used to be well thought out. And then one day, I think he just said, they're gonna watch it anyway, cut this Netflix check, and let's go on about our business. And we still watching it. He's had good movies. I'm not gonna lie. Confessions of a Marriage Counselor. It was amazing. The one he did with Taraji a long time ago. He did 2 with Taraji. Good Man, all of this stuff. It was like well thought out when he was hungry, but now he's not. And I guess he got his studio in his mansion and he's just like, where do I sign? I literally think he write this going to sleep. Anyway, Divorce in the Black. We're doing Divorce in the Black. Megan Good. She directed it because I saw her name go across the screen and I was like, oh, well, maybe he paid her cheaper and gave her a director's cut. I'm giving you a chance and you can put director on your resume. I'm just saying, it's just what I imagine that's going on in my head. So it starts off with the preacher being a hypocrite and talking about people in their face. I'm like, he is rude as hell. Who does this? So we find out he's talking about this woman's son. And I'm like, well, that's pretty rude. I wouldn't be in this church. Come to find out, it's her son's funeral. And he's sitting here going to town on what a horrible person he was. And I was like, who authorized this? I'm not going to be sitting up in here. So she lashes out, as she should. Honey, she tells them she doesn't need anything from them and proceeds to take off her clothes in the church. I said, oh gosh. Right from here, I knew this is going to be one of those movies. Ratchet, half cooked. Okay, Tyler Perry, what you got? So my tone immediately was like, let me start writing because I already know. The mother is so pissed off at this guy. She tells her sons to get the body. So they proceed to go get the casket and stuff like that. You know, I guess they're supposed to be the pallbearers, but it's very unprofessional. So they went to go grab it for their mother. They go to grab it. She's like, take him out the casket. Leave that there too. I said, oh no. Y'all don't understand. In the real world, y'all can't be touching bodies like that. They will fall apart in your hands. Okay. I said, this is really going to be one of those shows. So we find out the lead, Megan Good, is the preacher's daughter. Her name is Ava, and she's married to this guy named Dallas, which is the son of the woman that stripped in the church. What a slip. She had a slip on. Oh, did I tell you they went to bury the body in the backyard, which I think is highly illegal, and it probably would smell. Okay, I am gonna humor him. You get the brothers in the house, which Ava's husband, Dallas, is in there, right? And she's like, let's go home, darling. And they're like, you don't need her. Leave her. They was like, that job. You don't need the job. I said, you don't need the job. Here we go. Now you're going to make them ignorant black people. I mean, okay, here we go. I already know. Because Tyler Perry got different people that he chooses. So I was like, okay, we're going to go with savage men. This is where we're going. Savage men, strong black women. Okay, so these are the stereotypes we're dealing with this time. Got you. So after Ava got cursed out by her husband, whose brother is telling him to leave her and everything else, we find out that she is in a really unsupportive relationship and he is physically and psychologically hurting her. So we're like, okay. And then he wants to get in the car and drive while he's drunk. And we're like, oh no, we don't do that. And I know for a fact Tyler Perry's not going to promote that. So I'm like, this is astronomical. But okay. He tells his wife, shut up, I want to get in the seat. And finally the brother holds him back and she's able to drive his sorry ass home. Eventually, he's so pissed off and he's like, I want a divorce. I want to leave you. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. It's okay. We're moving along pretty smoothly, right? Okay. I'm like, yeah, you should want the divorce. She's crying. She's upset. And I was like, girl, I sat here for 5 minutes and couldn't take him. But she agrees to it. And she goes to her friend. Now, her friend gives her a letter, and she said, I wrote on a list every bad thing he's ever done to you. And I said, what? What friend you know walk around doing that? Who sits there and says, oh, he hit her on Thursday. He did this on Wednesday the 9th. No. First of all, people are supposed to do that when you're doing the pros and the cons, if you should do something or not. But it's the actual person, because they have the actual emotion attached to it when they do it. I don't know why they didn't make her sit there and decide to plan and stuff like that. But I guess they want to make her vulnerable to the point where her friend has to write this list, which is very weird. Y'all gotta admit that. It's weird, but we will keep it moving along in true Tyler Perry fashion. In true Tyler Perry fruition, we're going to keep this train on moving. Let's see how ridiculous we could get. She's crying. She's sad. She takes the letter and she goes home. She goes home to see her mom. So she goes home, and of course her mom finds the letter, because I guess they had to do a paper trail so that she could find out what's really been going on. So the mom reads the letter. Meanwhile, the mother breaks down and cry. Again, it would have been all good if she would have wrote the letter her damn self, but okay. So the mother's breaking down crying, telling her how much she loves her and everything else. Girl, you've been telling her to leave him all these years. You knew something. Like, so now it's a surprise. The father's like, come with me. Let's go out. She's trying to hook her up and play matchmaker with this guy named Benjamin, which seems like a nice guy. And he's like, but daddies usually know how to pick men. So I've been told. So daddy's sitting there going to the store. Oops, we accidentally bumped into each other, but he told the guy when to be there or whatever. And all of a sudden, you look over and the daddy's got his big ass head in the aisle. And I said, wow, okay, cool. Awkward, cool. They go to a carnival late at night, which y'all got to see a picture of the carnival. It was literally 2 rides in there and a whole bunch of games and stuff all around the place. I was like, hold on. I was like, nah, I got to get this picture, because y'all got to see. It was like nothing going on in that carnival if you really look at it for 2 seconds. So yes, he has the make-believe carnival thing going on. And I guess them two hit it off, because they have them in the back of a truck. And they wasn't even talking, really. The footage shows them just looking at each other. And with that, they are in love. She's never been with nobody else. She's like, I want it now. And he said, I want to wait. Dramatic stuff. Cool. Because we're supposed to be sold on the idea now that this is like lovers, connections, and all that stuff. I felt no connection with anybody in there, but we're moving it along. I mean, they're great actors and actresses. I will see. That's the thing. When I'm getting on something, unless I say the acting was terrible, I'm not getting on the actors and actresses. Like, they are talented. So we're not taking this away. Especially they got my girl from Love and Basketball, Zeke's mother. Zeke's wife, which is the young man's mother in Love and Basketball. So she's amazing. So she finally runs and she gets a divorce. Wait, right before she's about to get divorced, the friend is like, I'll take him to the cleaners. And I'm like, hold up. We just established this guy came from nothing and doesn't have anything. What the hell is she talking about? But, Tyler Perry wanted to make it seem like the black woman always wants to fight and take everything, which some do, but some don't. But, I guess he had to throw that in, because I'm like, what? Doesn't he not have anything? What are we doing here? So she said it just to say it. Ava goes down, which is Megan, signs the papers. She's divorced. And then the guy's like, that was too easy. Now I'm mad. You forced her. You damn near drove her. You damn near dragged her to go get a divorce. So, okay, cool, right? So after they're coming home from signing the divorce, the girl's like, here, take this pill. I was like, what? Don't you shove nothing in my mouth. Like, she was like, oh, it'll help you go to sleep. And I'm like, to sleep? Since when I got problems sleeping? I am not taking nobody's pills and putting it in my mouth. Like, that does not make sense. And that's not even cool. And you not telling me what it is? Cool. So we got that. They just be pumping us with everything in our community. But yeah, okay. So now we get to the party. And of course, they want to make divorce seem very cool. The splitting of the families. I mean, in that aspect, she probably did need a party in that situation. So, but what I did not understand is how we have a girls' party male dances going on, and the other girl's husband is there. And I was like, you got a whole bunch of random ass men there with male dancers. The two doesn't go. It's usually a all girls thing or not. But you know what? I think they said, oh, we gonna push it all together. We gonna have a female party and a get together and a wholesome party at the same time. So cool. Now, girlfriend, you gave your homegirl some unknown substance. I suggest you watch her all night now, because now you're on babysitting duty. Nope, they leave her with this guy, and they are playing. See, Tyler want to romance us with the soundtracks. Yes, we know the songs. We love the songs, so stop it. He gonna give us some nice, spicy music that make us, us women and men of a certain age, get our old school on. So we rocking out, and it's like, oh yeah, that's his trick he uses. But I like the music always. And she goes upstairs with the guy and does the do. Next thing you know, you see her running downstairs for the next morning to go to work. So I'm like, oh, she's going to work. I guess the guy went home, She goes downstairs and her ex-husband is sitting in the kitchen. You had me at sitting in my damn kitchen. And I changed the locks? Nah, this is some scary stuff, man. Like, I don't tolerate that mess. I'd have been like, hold that thought, 911, please. Like, so I'm thinking, she's just in here and she's damsel in distress. And he starts antagonizing her. She's running to the bedroom. And your ninja is in the bedroom sleep. The guy from the night before. I said, oh, he's still here? How about you? So you wasn't going to warn him? He's just in the bed. Yo, the husband sees that and just starts swinging on him. That is one thing to wake up to. I said, oh, wow. Finally, the guy that was asleep ends up somehow getting the best of her ex-husband. What is his name again? Dallas. Gets the best of Dallas. So now Dallas got I would have laid him right there and called 911. Like, listen, I had a break-in. You got to tell these things because, see, the thing is, if it escalates, you have no proof that nothing ever happened, because once you walk out to work and everything is fine, it never happened. So I'm telling you, it never happened. She goes to work. Dude, I'm calling out. Any sane person would call out. Your nerves would be shot to hell after this, because you did change the lock. So did you lock the door again? Because I would think that he's in my house again in 2 seconds. She goes to work. I'm good. I'm tough. I'm badass. I'm going to work. She goes to work. Didn't tell her friend anything. That would have been the first thing flying out of our mouths in the real world. Good. Do you know this ninja was sitting in front of my table? But she's acting like psycho number 2. She doesn't say anything. Meanwhile, her best friend goes outside and sees him sitting in the car. She's like, she does the right thing. She calls her husband. Because, listen, I'm not going up against a grown man by myself. Well, I'm not going against, you know what? I'm not even going to get myself in trouble. Anyway, we're going to continue on. She calls her husband. Husband's like, oh, yeah, he told me he was over there. Benjamin beat his ass. I said, oh, she knows. They know. We good. She was like, she didn't tell me. I was like, exactly. That's weird. So she goes to her homegirl. Why you didn't tell me he was, oh, it's good. Ava's like, it's good. I'm like, sis, you're not good. That's not good. What are you talking about? But, we're good. So right after that, all of a sudden, Benjamin's animals are all taken out. And I'm like, this guy's a maniac. You gonna sit here and take out all these animals? That's rude. And okay, that is the behavior of a psychopath. That is a trait of some serial unaliver. Anyway, he ends up putting his hands on mama. The girl's mama at that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is out of control. I was like, it is too many men in this story and around and involved for it to be getting like this or out of control. But this is not about the men protecting their homes. It's about the women doing things for themselves and the men being out of control. So yeah, you gotta stay with the story here. This is the story that he's telling. So we gotta stay there. So yes, that is the mindset. Okay. So the father gets upset and he sits and he gets his protector weapon out and he goes to the house. They injure him with the weapon in his leg. And now daddy's out for the count. Now everybody's at the hospital. Ava and Benjamin, they're at the hospital with the father. And Ava gets mad. She gets the car and she disappears. Benjamin is like, where the hell did this girl go? She's going to take matters into her own hands. So she calls the best friend. Ava's like, I'm going to do it myself. No cops, nobody. All this support she had. She's going home. We're going to do this myself. Okay, fine. She gets home. She got this elaborate plan set up where she is going to get him to hit her a lot, multiple times. Now, dude, she was taunting him while he had a weapon out. Do you know it could have been lights out in 2 seconds? I did not get that part. I was sitting there like, she's going to tell him that he's already, after you done came in my house uninvited, I already know what kind of time you're on. And that means your clock ain't working. So I'm not trying to antagonize you. But she tells him, and she already know that he's mad that she's been with another man. But she gonna sit there and double down on that mess. She gonna say, he did me justice, daddy. No, I threw that in, but you know what I mean. She said it in that roundabout way. And I was like, what the heck is wrong with her? Because he could have just lost it right there and then clicked, and that was it. But no, he puts it down. And then he 1-2s her all over her face. And then she gets up with a bigger weapon, like, haha. It's like, oh, okay. And, you know, it's daddy's shot weapon that he had earlier. Mind you, he had one of those over there at the house, and they still took him out. But now she has one, but it's all good now. He's like, oh, you're not going to do nothing to me. And she, clack, clack, takes him out. Best friend comes, and she's like, yes, yeah, so I saved my life. She's the hero, and that was the story. Tell me what y'all think about that. I know I be weird when I be telling my renditions of it, but because sometimes I see biases in certain places, and I'm going to really call it out. I'm not going to sit here. If one thing y'all going to learn about Amina is that Amina is going to be real, and I'm going to be honest. I will tell it like it is. I am not going to sugarcoat it, and that's the way I feel. Y'all can talk down below. Y'all can tell me it's crap. I don't care. It's you know, we're having fun with this. This is what it is. We watched it for entertainment, and it's done. But what would I rate it? It did a little better than Mia Culpa, but it did worse than a real movie. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This was a real movie, right? Oh, gosh. I give it a 4. I give it a 4. Tell me your ratings down below, and let's chat. This is Amina Seen It, and like, subscribe to your girl, and if you've been here and you like me, hit a membership, hook your girl up. Oh, and we do lives and we talk about stuff. This is fun. But I do reviews, Power, or your favorite show. Well, not all your favorite shows, because I don't know your favorite shows, but I'm in the 50 Cent universe, and I used to do The Shy. I don't do The Shy anymore. I'm doing House of Dragons, and I don't know. Come look, and let's talk. Anyway, I love you guys, and thank you for hanging out with me. And yo, we got to talk about this. This is going to be fun. Bye.